Scoliosis is an abnormal curvature of the spine. Children develop scoliosis, but adults can develop scoliosis as well. We don't know what causes scoliosis. Some people believe that, especially when it comes to children, there is some genetic predispositions, but in adults it's just, degeneration and aging. When the spine is in an abnormal position, people use more energy, but use more muscle energy basically to keep their posture, which, leads to excess strain, muscle fatigue, and ultimately to pain. In children, when the scoliosis is very severe, it can impact their lung function as well. In adolescence, we do have certain markers that we look for. Usually in adolescence, when children reach a curvature that is greater than 50 degrees, we start to consider surgical intervention, especially if the child is not yet skeletally mature. In adults, it's a little different. It's driven predominantly by quality of life factors and the patient's disability. If the patient has significant positive balance, meaning their head is way in front of their pelvis and they're suffering from pain and it's limiting their daily activities, we then consider and offer the option of surgery. So in the old days, especially with cases of very early onset scoliosis, we used to treat, children, even babies, with casting to try to basically mold and force their body to a more normal kind of alignment. To a certain extent, in very young children, we still use this method because we don't want to fuse or surgically intervene in very young children. When people think of scoliosis, they think of these rods, these Harrington rods. And these were straight rods that were basically attached to the spine using wires to try to force the spine to be as straight as possible. Obviously, this to a certain extent was somewhat capable of correcting the patient's curvature, but it didn't restore this kind of normal anatomic alignment. The way we do things now these days, we use what are called pedicle screws. We place those in the vertebra, and we, using very kind of specifically contoured rods, we create a very normal physiologic alignment of the spine and fix basically those screws to these rods, and they hold the alignment. Using kind of more modern techniques such as spinal navigation, which would be kind of sometimes colloquially called GPS for the spine, we're able to place screws in a much more efficient and also accurate manner than ever before. As opposed to using our anatomical knowledge in the patient in front of us, we use a computer system that's combined with imaging to place a screw extremely accurately and just in the perfect spot in the bone that we would like. What that allows us to do, not only is that safer for the patient, but it also allows us to basically use that screw more effectively to restore the patient's alignment.
Welcome back to the HB Pulse on Homebase Television. And yes, in the intro I made mention about we talking about scoliosis, and the documentary we just watched is just a little detail about what it is and what it's involved in. And today, the month of June, I'm learned, is a month to create awareness to scoliosis. So I have two people in the studio. I have Dinah Tenkrai in the studios with me, and I have Gabriel in tow also in the studios. We are going to talk about scoliosis. I'm very passionate about it because I learned even the things that we need to that we need to help us detect or treat this. I don't want to call it deformity or anything, but the things that are needed to help us escape from this this whole thing is it's not even available in Ghana. Charlie, it's sad, but let's just get into it. 24, good morning.
Good morning.
Bibi Awokodia. Okay, so first of all, scoliosis. Having to live with this kind of deformity. Saying a society, how have you been able to maneuver your way?
Well, scoliosis is basically the curvature of the spine. It is when the back turns to S or C shape. Yeah. Then we say that person has scoliosis. In actual fact, the condition comes with a lot of challenges. Yeah. Particularly the area of stigmatization, yeah, which is very common with conditions of this nature. And so you find people with the condition rejected, sometimes family rejection, sometimes societal rejection, sometimes the community itself also rejects you, and then sometimes to getting a job, finding a better job to do, is also a problem. Sometimes even if you get a job, the condition of service will doesn't favor us.
Yeah.
I remember I have to start this foundation because even though I'm educated, at least I have my diploma, I have my degree and all, and the experience as well. I find it difficult getting a better job to do.
Wow.
So I have to let go because, you see, the companies wouldn't want to employ you because of the curve and because of African perception about the condition, because people see it as superstition.
Okay.
And so who would want you to come into a company that he or she has toiled for, and somebody will come, hey, you have this condition here, then there are a lot of people are afraid of their brand being
tarnished and all that.
Yes, and all that. So scoliosis itself comes with a big challenge and psychological effect on us.
Okay. Dinah.
Yeah.
Living with this, he has made mention, even though with a degree, with all that, you as a female, what do you also go through?
Yeah, there are a lot of challenges. Even your own family can reject you, not talk of your own mother, because maybe you are different among your siblings. So she or even your father might find it difficult to even introduce you to someone. This is my child.
Yeah.
So anytime she wants to introduce the children, she introduce the others because of maybe this thing at your back.
Yeah.
But I don't think this thing at your back should even bring problem, because she gave birth to you or he gave birth to you.
Yeah.
You see, so most people in your families can also reject you. And then also in terms of the job, I, for instance, worked in a radio station for a year. I wasn't paid.
Wow.
Yes, they were paying others, but I wasn't paid because I don't know, maybe the way I am. So they say work on probation for 3 months. It was almost a year.
Wow.
I wasn't paid.
Just because of your condition?
Yes. So I have to leave the place and come back to maybe Accra and maybe do my own thing.
Yeah.
Because you go to different places with your applications, your CVs, you see that they will employ people that even you are ahead of them. You have the degree and stuff, but they wouldn't employ
you.
Yes, because of the way you are. And then in terms of relationship too, you can go in for a guy that you think, oh, I love this guy, but the family of the guy will now way your back.
Yeah.
You see, so there are lots of challenges that we face, and I don't think it should be a problem because we are also human like them.
So let's talk about the Scoliosis Foundation Ghana. When did it come up? What was the idea behind it?
Scoliosis Foundation Ghana is a patient-led non-governmental organization which was established in 2015 with a mission of creating awareness and helping to overcome health challenges in relation to scoliosis. We realized that in Ghana, especially in Africa, you don't have places that people with the condition could run to or go to, or even interventions in terms of their condition and livelihood. And so we realized that looking at the experience that we have gone through, or where we are coming from, we realize that it will be better we put ourselves under one umbrella, so that at least with one voice we can create awareness, let people know, because education is something that is lacking in Ghana. Because lack of it, I've met several at the course of this mission. We've met several families whose patients or their wards conditions have worsened just due to lack of education. Because I believe that if people are aware that once you see your child's back curved, then probably it could be a sign of scoliosis. We did a case on a 12-year-old girl. The mother had stayed with the girl from day one. It was the classmate who identified a case when it was a physical education at school. And they were changing. the address. So the friends ask her, Emily, it seems your back is curved. And they said, wow. So when she went home, she told them, Mom, my friend said my back is curved, it's not straight. Is it true? Then the mother looked at it and said, wow. So they were going back and forth, 37, going here and there until they came to Scoliosis Foundation Ghana. Thank God we were able to intervene and she had a surgery, successful surgery. So I think that it's about time that people get aware of the condition. Now, the other thing also we do is that June is an International Scoliosis Awareness Month, and awareness are created all over the world. And so Scoliosis Foundation Ghana for the past 7 years had been sensitizing the public on the need to despair, fear and stigma surrounding the condition. Because if the research from American research, they've realized that a lot of scoliosis patients have tried suicide, you see, because of rejection. I personally have ever tried several suicide.
Wow.
Yes, because
not to catch you, but it's anytime there's a conversation about suicide, a conversation about mental health, a very particular. What was pushing you to that wall? What was taking you there?
Yes, you see, there was a time that I realized I had nobody.
No family, no friends.
No family, no friend, nobody.
Okay.
But a family, I originated from a family.
Yeah.
You see, but I had no family. I had no support. You see, and so I realized that I have to live my life alone.
Yeah.
Now, until I get closer to you and I tell you this is the problem I'm facing within my family, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because even within the family, when you come to the house, everybody is fine, everybody is smiling and all that. But what I was going through, so I realized that it reached a time I had no hope. It reached a time, my mom, because my father rejected me, and it's very common with people with scoliosis and disability issues, because fathers are not doing so much. If you ask me that fathers should be celebrated, I will say that for Father's Day, I don't see the need to celebrate Father's Day. Because
of your experience.
Because why should fathers reject their awards or their children at the time they needed them? You see, and so Scoliosis Foundation Ghana is championing the cause of creating the awareness. A 16-year-old boy we did a project on. His case complicated due to lack of education. Even at the time we intervened and we bought wheelchair donated to the parents. Don't keep this boy indoor. Bring this boy out. Yet they took the wheelchair and they kept the boy indoor.
Wow.
You see, so Scoliosis Foundation Ghana had been championing this cause, and by God's grace, we have been moving on, and gradually we are growing.
Okay. I'll come to the difficulties you face as a foundation. I don't really want to go a little bit political, because maybe after we talk about the challenges you go through, then we'll see if there have been any interventions from the Ministry of Health, there have been any interventions from any of the corporate bodies we have here in Ghana. But Dinah, let's talk about you hearing that, okay, so there's a foundation called the Scoliosis Foundation, and you being invited, or you having the opportunity to be a part of the foundation. How did that make you feel, knowing that there are groups of people who are going to help champion the awareness of this cause?
Yes, me being part of the foundation makes me so much excited, because I was in the other world that most people doesn't even know. Most people reject me. Most people doesn't want me. If they are there and I come, you see different faces. Maybe some people even see you and laugh at you. Yes, but me joining this group, I see that I'm also welcome here, and I believe something good is going to come out from me or from the foundation to myself, and then I know that I also have a future, I also have a hope. Then I can even educate someone that I don't want this person to be like me. Yes. So I know how to talk to the other person that also maybe getting the back curved or something, introduce that person to the foundation, then we all help ourselves.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about your role. Even before I go to the challenges you face, what role do you play in the foundation?
In the foundation, I talk to people.
Okay.
I talk to people that maybe have the same problem about me that are not in the foundation. I introduce them to the foundation. That I advise them, first of all, love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can someone also love you? Believe in yourself and believe in what you can do. Yes, and then I believe everything will be well. And then don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. So that is, I educate people about what someone like me can do. And then you don't even care about anybody. Love yourself, believe in yourself, don't be lazy, and get going.
Okay. The foundation. Nothing is easy. Nothing comes to us easily. We've grown to the realization that everything is step by step. Scoliosis Foundation Ghana, what are some of the difficulties you've been facing?
Our major challenge is funding, and when you mention funding, everybody knows that. It's obvious. Yes, and so it's funding. But this part of the organization or the area that we are tuning to needs much attention, and probably companies and corporate Ghana have not realized the need to support us, because for the past 7 years we have been pushing. Last year we went throughout. Sometimes you see, you yourself, you lack funding, and then the little that you have, you use it to go around to solicit, and it doesn't come back. So that's funding, and it will surprise you to know that there are many people in their offices who have the condition. One thing that people must know is that this is a spine condition. And it's a condition that is not disadvantaged but can affect anybody. And so we have seen people who are working, and yet in the end you see them on wheelchairs. A pastor was sent from Kumasi to me, you see, and they changed me, calling me because they want me to come to Kumasi. Because I wasn't going, they flew the pastor to Accra. I was there when they called me. As for Kumasi is far, but this year we are in Accra. When I went, he was on a wheelchair.
Wow.
So I have to just do a project on him. And so we've one of our major challenges is funding, and then partnership. You see, collaboration. For instance, this year is Scoliosis Awareness Month. Big companies can come. These are t-shirts. Just print the t-shirt for us, and then put your brand, your logo on it, for us to create awareness. It does not necessarily have to be monetary. You see, some companies that are into beverages, because we are screening this year, we are looking at screening over 1,000 children. You see, these children, at least they like beverages, some refreshment and all that. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to come to us direct, but you can even come and mount your stand at the venue, so that at least you support this cause.
I know Sika will definitely do a part 2 of this conversation, but when is the screening happening? And I see you brought, is it a 2 or something? So let's talk about that one real quick.
Now, this is called scoliometer.
Scoliometer, okay.
Scoliometer, and it is used for screening.
Okay.
And it will surprise you to know that what I know, and I can confirm, a director from the Ministry of Health told me that they don't even have this gadget at the ministry. 5 of these was sent to us, by Children's Scoliosis Foundation in the US to help with the screening, because once the condition is detected earlier, it can be corrected. So once you detect it earlier, it will not be expensive to even treat it. And so this year we are having our screening at Dansoman, Odarain Christian School, and then we have schools within Dansoman who are also taking part. 25th, which will be a Saturday, is International Scoliosis Awareness Day. And that day will be a health walk at 6 a.m. the principal street of Dansoman. And we ask that everybody, every Keep Fit clubs, organizations, corporate Ghana, please just come, wear your t-shirts, print the t-shirt up, write Scoliosis Awareness, put your brand on it, come and support us. Let's go for walk, let's create awareness. Now on 27th, which will be on a Monday, there will be screening, and that will be done at the same venue. We will screen over 1,000 students, and so we need the support of corporate Ghana to help us achieve our aim of screening once it is detected. Now, quick one on the issue of screening. We stop screening because when you identify cases, you cannot correct it, so we stop screening. By God's grace, we have the partnership for Shriners Hospital in the US, and they have pledged their support in doing surgery for the children and from day 1 to say 18 years for free. So it means that when you screen and you have cases, we just have to send them to the US to have the surgery done for free. So 27, bring your children to Dansoman or Darren Christian School from 9 a.m. for your ward to be screened. If your ward is 10 years up to 14 years, they are qualified to be screened. But unless you sign a parental consent form before you will be screened.
Before we go, real quick, is there any contact or any social media handles that people can call you, and the way you are looking for sponsorship and all that before they come and all that, so that they can really partner you?
Yes, you can get in touch with us if you want to help us or support our work by 054 244 9667 054 244 9667. We are also on social media, Scoliosis Foundation Ghana. When you Google the name Scoliosis Foundation Ghana, you see us and connect to us. Thank you.
First of all, thank you so much, the two of you and the whole foundation. Thank you so much for the creation of awareness and drawing our minds to all of this and all that. And second of all, thank you so much for coming to the studios of Homebase. We really appreciate it.
We also thank HBTV for such an exposure given to our foundation. God bless you. God bless you too.
So come 26th of this month is World Scoliosis Day. They're going to have a health walk at Dansoman, the main screen or the major street, so you can join them so that at least you get to learn more and more. And on 27th, the 27th of this month also, which is June, is going to be the screening, which is going to happen at Dansoman and all that. They've already put in their social media and their numbers. Their social media, you can go to Scoliosis Foundation Ghana, and all details are there. You can get to link them up and have a conversation with them even before you get there. And children who are after screening, if they are able to detect that you have this deformity, they are going to help you get treatment in the US. That's children from the ages of, I think, 1 to 18 years. 1 to 18 years, you have free treatment in the US. So guys, follow them up, link them up, corporate societies, let's sponsor, let's do this, let's make it big. My name is Onana Kwekubiela SS. We'll go for